Sai Harshini, can you speak up?
Out of the 4 Vedas, is there one specific Veda that talks about how to live our daily lives?
Little more louder, please.
Out of the 4 Vedas, is there one specific Veda which talks about how to live our daily lives?
Sharma ji, I can repeat that question.
Please.
Okay. Because out of the 4 Vedas, is there any one particular Veda which talks about how to live our daily lives?
That's the question.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Specifically, it's for Harshini and others also.
Yes.
So the different facets of life, we understand it as one is knowledge, second one is adopting it in our life, third one devotion to the great power, and fourth one is science. So each of the Vedas represents each one. Say Rig Veda speaks about knowledge, Yajurveda it speaks about action, practicing it, Samaveda about devotion, the great power, and Atharva Veda, science. Now, one more important thing we have to observe here is, all these 4 are there in every Veda. In Rig Veda, we have got knowledge, adoption, and then devotion and science. All the things are there. But because it is knowledge predominant, you understand? Because that is more important. Yes, we understand that Rig Veda is for knowledge. There are instructions for practicing it, for devotion, and science also is there. But majority of it, what we have in Rig Veda is knowledge oriented, and we say it is there. Similarly, other things also. So Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, all put together, it touches all the different facets of life, all the different dimensions of life, like knowledge, action, devotion, and science. This is number 1. Number 2, what I want to say about it is, though it is finite, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda is finite, it is around 20,300 mantras, 20,300, you can say even sutras, whatever you want. Now, though it is finite, it covers all the facts that's required for our life. How? It is in seed form. Am I clear about the seed form? That is, things are not in detail, but they're explained in such a way that you get a guidance at all walks of life, at every step of life. So how it touches our life? Okay, I'll give you one simple example. In one of the Veda mantras, it says, this life is like a river containing boulders. So there could be some smooth flowing in this river, or sometimes we may have to meet the boulders and get a little bit hurt. So that is life. Life is full of ups and downs. It has got good things, it has got bad things, it has got right things, easy things, it has got difficult times. That is life. Life is a mixture of easy life and a tough life. So that is reality. So those who are understanding this, they will be ready for downs in life. Of course, up is very easy to tackle. So this is one practical guidance what it gives. And don't think that the whole life is a bed of roses. They have got here and there thorns also. This is an explanation which keeps us ready for both ups and downs in life. And if you believe that life is a smooth bed of roses, we are sure to get disappointed, because we do have tough times also in life. So that's the answer for your question. If you have any sub-questions, you can ask, no problem.
Okay. Sai Harshini has another question, but we'll go one round and then come for the second question.
Okay.
So Mayur,
this is the first question.
Mayur?
Yes. How happy or sad should you become when you hear good or bad news?
Once again.
Okay. Mayur's question is, how happy or sad should you become when you hear good or bad news?
Now, good news or bad news, it depends upon how we take it. That is a simple rule what we have to understand. If I take it in the right spirit, yes, that's wonderful. If I don't take it in the right spirit, yes, I'll be in distress, I'll be in a trauma, I'll be in difficulty. Now, it's like this. Whenever something happens, we can see two things. One is it is reversible or repairable. Another thing is it is not reversible or repairable. So when these two types are there, we have to classify. Something has happened. Is it reversible or not reversible? If it's reversible, fine. We don't sit and cry. We try to reverse it and get back to the original position. If it's irreversible, there is no meaning in crying and getting distressed because it's irreversible. So the only way out when it is irreversible is to compromise and to accept it and continue further. This is the trick what they use. This is the guidance what they give. We do have one piece of the Veda mantra. It says, Prancho agaman rataye hasaya. Prancho agama, we shall move forward. We shall not get stuck in one place because something has happened. Because time doesn't stop for us. We have to move with the time. So if something is wrong, okay, we move further for rataye hasaya, to dance and laugh. What has gone is gone. Any effort from my side will not bring the time back. But if it's reversible, fine, we'll reverse it in the present and future. That we can do. There is no problem at all. But it's irreversible. The only option available to me is to accept it and move with it and take it in my stride. Because I can't reverse it. I can't change. The only thing is I'm forced upon it. I have to take it. Simple. Now, when we understand it rightly, yes, we get that tolerance. We get that capacity to tolerate it and move ahead without much ado.
Thank you.
This is about Mayur's question, huh?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ragna, can you go ahead with your question?
Do the four Vedas significantly differ in their teachings?
Four Vedas different?
Okay. Do the four Vedas significantly differ in their teachings?
Definitely not. Definitely not. All the four Vedas are in coherence, and whatever is said in one of the Vedas is complemented by the other Vedas. They are all together, and there is no contradiction, and they don't differ. They all speak the same thing. Finally, the purpose of all the four Vedas is to improve our quality of life. It may be Yajurveda, it may be Rigveda, it may be Samveda, Atharvaveda. Ultimately, the purpose of all the four is to improve the quality of our living. Such are the guidelines, and absolutely they don't differ. They are complementary to one another.
Shiva Sharma.
So my question is, if Sanskritam and Latin were developed in different regions of the world long ago, how come we see so many similarities in the languages, like in the roots?
It is very simple. What we have in the Vedas is relevant to all times. It is not bound by time. Because it is relevant to all time, whether it is yesterday's or whether it is before thousands of years or thousands of years ahead, it fits well, it is relevant. So I'll tell you one very simple example. So we have to compassionate and love other creatures. So one point is there. Now, is it not true always? Will it hold good only for yesterday and today we can do anything, we can be cruel, we can be violent? No. As a human being, I have to be compassionate, love every other creature, and live together is a guideline which holds good for all times, past, present, and future. That is the one major feature of Vedas. Whatever you find in Vedas, they are applicable to not only all times, but also all places and all people. It's the same. So they are the guidelines and they are the teachings what we get from the Vedas. So it is relevant always. It's old, at the same time it is new. So I got one technical term for it. We call it as Sanatana. Have you heard of that word? Sanatana. It's a technical term. Sanatana means that which is old and at the same time is as green as and as fresh as it is.
Oh.
Sharma ji.
Now these things what I'm telling, you need not believe. But if you start actually studying what it is, as we are doing every day, I think you'll be convinced about it. One example I gave, that love your other creatures, love your fellow beings. It's the same for all, at all places, at all times. It is relevant always. Being compassionate.
Sharma ji. Shiva Sharma's question was more with reference to how come the languages, that is Sanskritam and Latin. Now, these two languages were developed in separate parts of the world long ago. But how come we see so many similarities between them?
Oh, acha. Okay. The answer for that is the oldest source of knowledge is Vedas. This we have to be very clear. The oldest source. And this has been accepted by historians around the world. All historians unanimously, they have accepted that the Rig Veda, one example, the Rig Veda is the oldest book in the library of mankind. This is a quotation by Max Muller. He says Rig Veda is the oldest book in the library of mankind. And all historians accept that it is at least 10,000 years old. And all other languages, all other cultures have come later. Therefore, it has an influence of this Vedic language and culture on them. So that's the answer for your question. Whether it be Greek, whether it be Latin, whether it be English, whatever it is, we have got influence of that on this.
Okay.
Because that is the oldest. That's the oldest. So one very simple few examples I'll give with keeping in mind the English. Say we in Vedic language, we say Bhrata. Bhrata means brother. You find some similarity in that?
Yeah.
Bhrata and brother. Mata and mother. Nava and Navy. The meaning of Navy in Vedic language is Nava. Nava is Navy. Jara. Jara is old age. In the modern English, we have got geriatry. Jara, geriatry. So we have got so many examples. And we do have examples if we study the other languages also. So because of those similarities, the impact of language is there on the future languages. The languages which came later. In fact, to be precise, all the later languages are slightly different from the basic Vedic language. Not only influences, the very language itself has undergone some transformation depending upon different places, and that is a new language. Sanskrit is also one like that. Sanskrit also is an offshoot of that same Vedic language.
So
one more example what I remember now is, say Russia. In Russia, we have got one language called as a Lithuanian. Lithuanian. So Lithuanian language is almost like Sanskrit. So I'll give one example. Kaha tvam asi. Who are you? Kaha tvam asi is who are you in Sanskrit. Now in Lithuanian language of Russia, it says kas tosi. Kas tosi is directly easier and understandable when we compare it with kaha tvamasi, kastosi, who are you? The meaning is the same. So the influence of this Vedic language, which is the oldest language, is there on all other future languages. Because it is having that influence. Other than that also, they have coined several words, and we got different words also, which has not a root in the Vedic language. But we find many, many words used in other languages having a root in Vedic language. So now am I clear to your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yamini, can you ask your question?
What is the best way for us to apply the teachings of the Vedas as students in school?
Now, according to Vedas, school is not bound to four walls as we understand it today. The whole world itself is a big school. Our interaction with life around, our interaction with intangible, lifeless things around us, that is real school, and that's a real education. So it gives a lot of guidance with that. How to understand ourselves, how to understand the nature around, how to understand the laws in nature, LAWS, laws in nature, and how do we interact with other people. Yes, all these things are there. That is real school. If you have got in your mind the school which is bound by four walls, a syllabus, and other things, no, that is not there. This school is a very big school. This is a very big university. We are all students of this very big university. Of course, in that, one small unit is that school, what is there between four walls. But our whole life is not those four walls. It's a wide nature, wide world around us. So it speaks how to live in this wide world, and the world itself is a big university, not just a school. Of course, if you learn this, how to live with fellow beings, how to live in this big world, living in a small unit called a school is not a difficult thing at all.
Yes.
My question is, how do we do our job effectively without caring about the results?
How do we do?
Our job or duty effectively without caring about the results.
Without doing that part, without?
Without caring about the results, like the fruit of our labor.
Okay. Now, whenever we do some job, we have got certain expectations. Now, the expectations may be fulfilled or may not be fulfilled. But if we expect, say one is knowledge whenever we do something. When we expect experience, it is assured whatever it be, right? The assured result what we get out of any job, any work we do is, one is knowledge and the other one is experience. So if we expect that, we are never disappointed. But if we expect anything else other than knowledge and experience, there's all the possibility that we get disappointed. We may get it, we may not get it. So Vedas say, whenever you are doing a job, please expect knowledge and experience, number one. And while doing, you say, it is my duty to do it, I'm doing it. That's all. It's my duty. I'm supposed to do it. Because I'm supposed to do it, I'm doing it. Over. What do you get? Okay, I leave it. I don't worry about it. What I expect really is knowledge and experience, which is assured 100%. Whatever be the job you do, whatever be the result, you are sure to get in that result, definitely knowledge and experience. So if your focus is on knowledge and experience, yes, gradually your focus on other material returns will diminish and you will concentrate more on knowledge and experience. That helps a lot. And we do it as though it is our duty. It is my duty, I am doing it. For doing my duty, I am not expecting anything. Otherwise also. Say it's your duty to do something. You are assigned some work and you have to do it. At that point of time, you will definitely not concentrate on what I get. It's my duty, I have to do it. Simple. If I say that it is something beyond my duty, then I think, oh, I'm putting my extra effort, what I should get, what I will get. That's how we think. But if I understand that it is duty, yes, I will not expect anything, but you can expect knowledge and experience, which is always definite in whatever you do, that will be there in the result.
Okay. Manasvi, can you ask your question? Okay, give me 1 second. I will unmute you. Okay, I think, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. How can learning the Vedas affect our lives in the 21st century?
That's what I answered for Shiva's question earlier. Whatever you got, the contents of the Vedas are relevant to why 21st century, even 45th century also, it holds good. Because the things what we have got there are eternal in nature, eternal. It is not the outcome of any one period. It's not the outcome of any one slab of time. Whatever contents we have got in the Vedas, it applies to all people at all places and at all times. So there is no question of 21st century. It was as good, as relevant in 5000 BC and also in maybe 45th century also. So I'll give you one example like that. Say anger. Anger we know. When was anger relevant? Is not anger there in 21st century? Will it not be there in the 45th century? Was it not there in 5000 BC? Yes. How do you manage your anger? That's a guideline. So it is relevant to all times. One example I'm giving. Anger. Like that we have got so many things which is relevant to all times, not necessarily 21st century. The guidelines hold good always. That's one. Then second one. We have to be healthy. So being healthy makes life tolerable. Now, is it not relevant for all times? People in 5000 BC also had to be healthy to live peacefully and happily in life. Is relevant now also in 21st century? Will it not be relevant even after another 100 centuries? It will be. Unless we are healthy, we cannot enjoy life. Unless we are healthy, we cannot be happy in our life and peaceful in our life. So what does it says? Ashma bhavatu nastanuhu. This is one of the pieces of Veda Mata. It says, let our Sharira, Indriya, Manas, body, sense organs and mind be as strong as a boulder, as a stone. Now, is it not our wish always? Yesterday, today and tomorrow? We have to be strong as a stone. To be very healthy. It's a wish which holds good always. So we got such things in the Vedas which are relevant for all times, past, present, and future. Not just the 21st century. When it holds good for all times, of course it holds good for 21st century also. It's like that. It's not that it changes depending upon the centuries. Okay, 19th century, these were the guidelines. Coming to 20th century is different. 21st century is different. No. The human nature and the human personality and the human life is the same always. Maybe the external things, there could be some difference. Once upon a time we used to walk, now we drive a car. Fine, that's okay. But being careful at all the times is universal. Whether you walk or whether you drive. You have to be careful, you have to be alert. You have to save yourself. So be alert is a guideline what is given. It holds good whether you are walking, whether you are riding or whether you are driving. It's the same. Being careful. Eat good food. Now is it bound by time? Eat good food? No, you have to eat good food yesterday, today and tomorrow. No junk food. It's also universal. For anyone, at any place, at any time, eat good food. Nourishing food. Like this, we have got a lot of things which are beyond time. So it holds good for 21st century also and centuries to come also.
Sai Harshini, can you ask your concentration question?
Who, Harshini?
Ah.
Okay.
When I pray, I get very distracted. How do you pray with more devotion and concentration? Is there certain practices one should do to increase concentration?
When I pray, I get very distracted. How do you pray with more devotion and concentration? Is there certain practices one should do to increase concentration?
That's fine. That's fine. Now, concentration is a byproduct. Concentration is not my primary goal. Concentration is a secondary goal. And what's the primary goal? Is my love and interest towards the subject, whatever the subject be. If I got love and regard for the subject, I study subject, I concentrate on that subject, and concentration follows. I think about that subject. Concentration is a secondary. If I'm not interested in a particular subject, whatever it is, concentration cannot be got. If I love this subject, yes, I'll be able to concentrate, and concentrate is secondary result. First thing is love this subject. Shall we give a little example? Say maybe in school, you have got some subject which you have to study and focus on it. Because the subject doesn't enchant you, because the subject is not liked by you, you will not be able to concentrate on it. But suppose you are loving soccer, for example. If you are loving soccer or rugby, whatever it is, if you love it and if you like it, all the statistical details of the previous games you remember. How? Because I love it. Because I love it, concentration is easy. Because I love it, memory is easy. This is number one. Then the way how to do it. First is you select a subject of your choice, which is very close to your heart. Then concentration, memory will automatically come. Another thing is distraction. Why distraction? Because the one upon which I am concentrating, I don't know what's the benefit of it. I see different other subjects which finally give me so many benefits. But if I'm very clear as to what benefits I get from this particular subject or job or work, yes, then I will not budge even an inch this way or that way. So knowing the importance of, knowing the value of what we are studying, what we are practicing, will help us in increasing our concentration on the subject. Another very important thing is this concentration will not happen overnight. We have to practice it again and again and again. Even if you fail in concentrating, doesn't matter. Keep doing it, and over a period, it becomes very easy. So it is practice day after day which helps our concentration. Whatever it is, whatever job we do, whatever study we do it again and again and again, then we become familiar. And once you are familiar, concentration memory is very easy. If you do it once or twice and say, I'm not getting it, it will not happen. It will not happen. You have to be doing it again and again. It is a continuous process.
Harshini? Okay. Sharma ji, now can I ask questions of those who are not present here?
Oh, fine, no problem.
Anisha Ashtaputre, Mayur Krishna, you can ask your second question.
Mayur Krishna was there. Yes, he's here.
Yeah, Mayur Krishna, second question you can ask.
Why do we chant and pray in Sanskritam?
Not necessarily. If the content is understood, whether you pray in Sanskrit, whether you pray in English, whether you pray it in French, it doesn't matter at all. Now, what is prayer? That is another thing. Then things will be clear. Prayer is not just chanting. Prayer is not just asking for something to a great power. Prayer is actually determination. Prayer should be converted into, prayer should be transformed into determination. So I will give one simple example. Say my prayer is, oh God, give me knowledge. That's my prayer. Now if I pray wholeheartedly, oh God, give me knowledge, I will not get any knowledge. While I'm praying for better knowledge, at the same time I should determine I will do my part, I'll work hard to get knowledge. I study. Yes, I'll get knowledge. So prayer is not that asking for, prayer is not just chanting, but it is converting that wish to reality by putting our efforts to get it. So we say prarthana, that's the word what we have got. Prarthana vai sankalpaha. Sankalpaha is determination. Anywhere you can do it. So for example, oh God, help my friend. Okay, fine, that's a good prayer. Help my friend. But at the time of praying, if I just stop at that saying that, oh God, help my friend, oh God, help my friend, any language, it need not be Sanskrit, any language, my friend will not be helped. So what I have to do is, oh God, help my friend, and I will do my best to help him. Then things will work. So that second part is called as determination. If I take determination as the meaning of, as the core of my prayer, yes, it will work. The prayer will be answered. Say for example, another example. Say we have got air pollution. I pray God every day, morning and evening, and say, oh, let the pollution go. Will it go? No. I have to take measures by which I purify air and pray, yes, it will work. If I don't take such measures to purify the air, to maintain the purity of the air, to overcome the pollution of the air, if I don't do it and just sit and pray, the air can never be purified. The air continues to be polluted. But if I pray on one side and work on the other side to purify air by different measures, yes, prayer will be answered. So prayer is the first step, and whatever I pray, accordingly doing is the second place. Then prayers will be answered. Now this you can do in any language. Say to purify the air. Any person speaking any language can take the measures to purify air. It's not that only a person who speaks Latin only has to purify the air. No, nothing. Language barrier is not there. Anyone who tries to purify the air and maintain the quality of the air, yes. What we need is action and not language.
Thank you.
Sai Harshini, number 16th question about the direction. You can ask that.
Who is asking?
Sai Harshini had one more question.
Okay.
Sai Harshini, go ahead.
Why do we follow certain practices such as sleeping or having our house face in a specific direction?
Okay. Why do we follow certain practices such as sleeping or having our house face in a specific direction?
Cut. Your voice is coming broken.
Can everybody please mute? Hi, Harshini, you can mute also. Okay.
Once again, I want, because it got cut in the middle, broken.
Why do we follow certain practices such as sleeping or having our house face in a specific direction?
Okay. Now, direction we use according to the circumstances and situations. Say, for example, my house is in such a way that it faces north, let me say, for example. And lot of wind will come from north side in that particular region. And it's very difficult to live. So what I do is, north side I close every door and window and I open it on the east or west or south. It's a question of just convenience. So depending upon which is convenient, I do accordingly. Number one. But if I'm right to understand your question as, is it really auspicious if I keep it on a particular direction? Auspiciousness is not at all in direction. It's only convenience. It's only convenience. It is convenient, it's fine. For example, say, to my right side of my house, say it is east, let me say, there is one big skyscraper. So which prevents air, which prevents light coming from that side, because I have got a big building to the south direction of my house. So there is no use having windows there, having doors there, because I will not get the wind or the light. So forget about direction. Have your doors and windows on a particular other direction, other than south. That's excellent. It's just a matter of convenience. And for having your living place with lot of ventilation and light is the purpose, and direction is not the purpose. Our emphasis, the importance is to getting ventilated and getting light. Because the living place has to be ventilated well, and we should get good light. So whatever direction is suitable there to get proper ventilation light, that's the best direction. We have to look at the purpose. We have to look at the purpose, then things will be all right. It's not direction oriented, it is convenience, ventilation, and light.
Sharma ji, Chintan Prasad's question, he's not here in the conference.
Fine, no problem.
How is it possible for us to follow all aspects of the Vedas every day?
Because it always speaks of day-to-day life. Whatever things we do in day-to-day life, starting from getting up to going to bed, all those activities can be done in different ways. Now that way, by doing which will be benefited the most, is enlisted, is guided, is taught in the Vedas. Very simple. Say for example, morning we get up. Immediately on getting up, if I have my breakfast, it will not get digested easily. Because all my digestive organs have been relaxing. So if I get up and 1 or 2 hours, if I keep physically busy, then the digestive organs become active. Now you have your breakfast. So I can have the breakfast immediately on getting up or after a little time. Now which is the best, you decide. So only such guidance are given there. And living with other beings, so we can live harmoniously with other living beings, or I can live without any compassion, without any consideration for my fellow beings. Throughout the day, I'm telling, throughout the day. So which is the best? The best is to live with consideration, to live with love, and to have a harmonious existence with other creatures. That's what is said in the Vedas. I have to fulfill many of my needs, physical, mental, and spiritual. Now, how do I satisfy all these needs? I have to concentrate on each of them. I have to give my time to each of them to finally get all the three. To satisfy physical needs, to satisfy the mental needs, and to satisfy the spiritual needs. So a balance is required between all of them. That's the instruction given to you. If I forget anyone, or if I overemphasize any one thing, maybe physical, maybe mental or spiritual, it will be imbalanced. There will be some imbalance. What all I need for my existence, what all I need for the best quality of life or better quality of life will not be available. Only when there is a balance is possible. So finding that balance is what is taught in the Vedas. You concentrate on first your physical existence, your food, to maintain your health, little exercise, fine. So once it is done, then concentrate on your mental aspects, learning, experiencing, fine. Then you go for your spiritual things also, that is loving every creature around us, to be harmonious with everything in and around us, fine. If you balance all these things, now the key word here, what I'm telling is balance. That balance is there, yes, life becomes tolerable and happy. If that balance is not there, Either I'll be suffering on the physical side, or on the mental side, or on the spiritual side. Suffering on the spiritual side is being in disturbance. I'm not peaceful. I'm not peaceful. If I'm peaceful, yes, that is spiritual balance. Now, that is what they say. You have heard of the word yoga? Yoga you're familiar with? Now, it says, one definition of yoga is samatvam yoga uchyate. Balance is real yoga. So when do we need it? Every moment of our life we need it. Because it has to guide us through every moment of our life. And that is balance. Balance between the physical side, balance between the mental side, and balance with the spiritual side. So it's very relevant at every step of our life.
Sharma ji. Another question from Gayatri Akurati. What are the daily rituals that the Vedas...
What are the?
Daily rituals.
Huh.
Okay, can everybody mute your mics? Okay. What are the daily rituals that the Vedas prescribe?
That's fine. That's fine. We have got basically 5 things which ought to be done every day as prescribed by the Vedas. The first thing is learning. Learning. Every day we have to learn. The level of knowledge what I had yesterday compared to what I have today has to be at least a little better. I have to learn and learn. Learning is an inseparable part of human life. So the first thing what I have to do routinely, the first thing what I have to do is learning. What is learning? It's not information. Information is not learning. Real learning is knowing the facts and truths in and around us. Knowing things as they are. That is knowledge, that is learning, knowing it. So this is one which I have to do every day, every one of us. We have to learn something new, we have to learn something fresh, we have to enhance whatever learning we have got, at least a bit every day. This is the first thing what we have to do every day. This has to be part of our routine. And the second one, to maintain the environment around us pure and clean. That is the second one which I have to do every day. When I say the environment in and around us to keep it clean, yes, our existence and our body and mind also is involved in that. Because of the metabolism, what happens in our body, lot of waste products are generated along with generation of energy. This simple science. So all the waste products that are generated in our body have to be thrown out. Then only we can be healthy. If those waste products in the form of toxins, if they continue in our body, we are prone to diseases. So we have to cleanse them physically, we have to cleanse them mentally, we have to cleanse them spiritually. So cleansing and maintaining the purity and cleanliness around is the other thing which I have to do routinely. I cannot miss any day. Second one. And the third one is our love and service to our elders and parents. This is another thing. Maybe what I'm telling may appear something peculiar in your environment because the culture of your land is totally different. But if it is done, it will be excellent anywhere. We have to love our elders. We are indebted to our elders. Indebted. Because they were responsible for our bringing up. They were responsible for our birth. So we're indebted to them. And to clear that debt, we have to take care of them. We have to respect them. We have to love them, live with them. And to be very precise, this Father's Day or Mother's Day, what we are doing, it has to be done every day. It's not on a particular day. Yes, that's another thing what I do routinely. And next is to love the creatures around us, not only human beings. Not only human beings. All creatures, they are all our fellow creatures. It is a big, complex structure where we have got our own role to play, and other creatures also, maybe an animal, maybe an insect, they have got their own role to play. So sharing the food, sharing whatever benefits we have got with all those creatures and those who are Definitely poor, those who are in need is another thing what I have to do routinely. So like this, we got certain things to do every day. In addition to learning regularly, then another very important thing is to share whatever we have got with our other fellow beings, other than those who are really in trouble, those who are in need and other creatures. There we call it as, here the technical word for it is the unexpected guests. Unexpected guests. Even this also has got a background in the Vedic culture, but it's not there in other cultures. So what is it? Okay, where knowledge is available, we go and get it. That's fine. But there are some people who are averse to knowledge. So in such a case, knowledge has to go to their doors and give them knowledge. A society where everybody is knowledgeable, everybody has the knowledge of how to live, fine, that society will be the best. So knowledge has to be spread to every walk of life. And where knowledge is, we go and get it, that's excellent. Where it is not so, someone has to take the responsibility of taking the knowledge to every door. Yes. Here in the Vedic culture, we call it as Atithi. Atithi. Atithi is one who was on the move always and spreads knowledge and takes knowledge to every door. Now, when such a person come to our doors unexpectedly, yes, we invite them, give them what they need, and finally get their knowledge and experience. This also has to be done every day. Now, all this I've got some technical terms. I'll just rush through it. Whether you remember or not, it's different. The first one is called as Brahma Yajna. Brahma Yajna is learning, being in learning mode every day, learn every day something new and fresh. Second one is called as the Deva Yajna. That's a technical term. Deva Yajna is to keep the cleanliness and purity of the environment where you live. Then you got Pitru Yajna. That is taking care of our elders, our parents, and celebrate the Father's Day and Mother's Day every day. So that is the next one. Then we have got Atithi Yajna. That is those who come to our doors to spread knowledge, to give knowledge. Yes, we invite them, we respect them, and give what they need, and finally get their knowledge and experience in a very, very easy way. Otherwise, to get the same knowledge and experience, I'd have strived a lot. Now they have come to the door, they're sharing their knowledge and experience without any expectation. Fine, wonderful. That is Atithi Yajna. And the last one is Bali Vaishya Deva Yajna. That is sharing whatever we have got with other fellow creatures and those who are in need. So these are the things which I have to perform every day, without any exception. Another thing is what we have to follow in our routine life, everyday life, is practicing of non-violence, practicing of truth, and then practicing of non-stealing. I don't steal anybody's property. At the same time, if even they give also, if I'm in need, I take it. Otherwise, I don't accept gift also. And concentrating on knowledge. This has been called as, some technical terms are there. If you have heard, it's excellent. Otherwise, the things are this: Ahimsa, non-violence; Satya, being truthful; Asteya, non-stealing; Brahmacharya, to be in a learning mode always; Aparigraha, not even accepting gifts unless I'm in need. Then we have got Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhana. Shaucha is cleanliness. I spoke just now. Then we have got Santosha, to be in a happy mood, to control my moods, and to always be in a positive mood. It's under my control. And this will happen only I'm contented and satisfied with what I have got. So be satisfied with what we have got, be contented with that, and you can always be happy, in a happy and cheerful mood. Then we got tapas. Tapas means tolerance. We have to tolerate so many things. There will be a lot of ups and downs in and around us in the society. And if we get disturbed by all these ups and downs, yes, life becomes miserable. So I don't get upset. I don't get disturbed. I maintain my calm. I maintain my equilibrium. That is called as tapas. This we have to do every moment of our life, every day. And then we have got swadhyaya, introspection. I have to introspect what I am, what I'm talking, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and analyze in that what is helpful, what is good, what is not good, That makes me introspect every day, and that introspection is required every day. Then Ishvara Pranidhana, finally, to surrender myself to that great power. You call it as God, you call it as Lord, you call it as Almighty, you call it by any name, it doesn't matter. There is one greatest power, which is one, only one, without form, for the whole universe. And such entity, okay, surrender to it, because that is the cause for all the system what we are living in. So you show our gratitude towards it. It is called as Ishvara Pranidhana. Now these things we have to do every day. We are bestowed with, we are gifted with so many things in nature. Now all these things which we have used in this nature, I show my gratitude. And that sense of gratitude should be there throughout. There is no time limit for it. Because I'm using these natural resources throughout. So whenever I'm using it, yes, every breath I'm using that air. So starting from there, every gift what I have received, what I'm receiving, to that I will have that sense of gratitude. And this is also something to be followed regularly, routinely, every day. Fine, no problem. Like Kelsaila, I'm not listening. I'm mute one with this.
Sorry. Last two questions, Sharma-ji.
No problem.
Where did the Vedas originate from?
The truth which is explained in the Vedas, we can find it anywhere in the world. But in a particular area on this globe, it was invented and discovered, and we say it's of Indian origin. Indian origin. But because it's of Indian origin, whatever is said in the Vedas is not limited to Indians. It's open for all human beings at all places and at all times. It's universal in nature, but from the origin point of view, yes, it originated from India. Number one. Then number two, when you are really interested in discovering it, you can discover it anywhere. But as on date, its origin is India. But the same things we can understand from, we can discover elsewhere also, doesn't matter. It could have multi-origins. It's not that because the origin is India, elsewhere we cannot know it, we cannot discover it. Nothing like that. If you are open and study the things in and around us, yes, we can discover so many such universal things. Finally, if I'm to say, this globe is the origin for this knowledge. That's the best thing what I can say. Anywhere you can realize it. Anywhere you can visualize it. The whole globe is the origin.
That was Sauri Mitra's question, Sharma-ji. And the last question by Anisha Ashtaputre. What prompted you to study the Vedas?
Acha. I was born in such an environment. My father was interested in this Vedic culture, which is nothing but human culture. He was a person who emphasized on humanism, love and affection. So he taught me the basic things. You see, this is how we have to live as a human being. This is the human life what we have got. This is a rare opportunity what we have got to have anger, to have jealousy, to be avaricious, to be fighting with your fellow beings is all inhuman. So love everyone, love every creature, work for your welfare as well as welfare of the others, serve others who are in need. So I'll give you one simple example. A person who is given very good physical health means he should serve others who are physically weak. A person who is wealthy, it means he has to share his wealth with those who doesn't have wealth. Sharing, caring. First one is caring, second one is sharing. A person who is knowledgeable, it means he has to share his knowledge with other people who are less knowledgeable. So if you understand like this, yes, this life is coexistence, this life is caring, this life is sharing. This is humanism, this is human nature, this is human religion. Now this I was taught in the very beginning because my father had studied the society around and what was missing he could find out. Where caring is missing, that society is not worth living. Where sharing is not there, that society is not worth living. So if you have to live in a good society, a humane society, you start from caring, sharing, service, so many things. That's Veda. That's Veda. So Vedic culture, when I say, it is nothing but human culture. To live like human beings is the utmost thing in the Vedas. Live like human beings. Love everyone. Don't be selfish. So these are the things what I have got. And this I was taught in the very beginning. And gradually I got such teachers who could enlighten me about these things step by step, stage by stage. And today what I am.
Thank you very much, Sharma ji. We are all very fortunate to have you who so lucidly explain everything, every single doubt we have, however big or small it is. Thank you so much, Sharma ji. All these students, yes, all these students, they've been learning the Vedas that you've been teaching us for the past year and a half, and we will continue to do so.
And one more request to all of you, that is, whatever doubts you get regarding life, the answers are there in the Vedas. By your study and because Shanti Bahini is teaching you all, you get the answers of it. Still, if you got some questions to ask, please feel free. You can hook on to the class which I am conducting, and there you can ask your questions. Or maybe a session like this, Shanti Bahini is able to organize. And once again, we can have this session and have many more questions. And having a life without much confusion, but clarity, yes, that would be an excellent life for all of us. And I wish that excellent life for all of you.
Thank you, Sharma ji. Definitely. Thank you, Sharma ji.
Thank you. Thank you. You are free to ask questions anytime, any day. Maybe individually or maybe through a session like this, which, of course, Shanti Bahini will coordinate.
Yes, Sharma ji. Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
Much.
If you have got any new question now also, maybe another 5-10 minutes, I don't mind. You have heard so many things now. If you have some question, you can ask even now also.
Okay. We will arrange another session like this, Sharma ji.
Fine. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you, Sharma ji.
Thank you.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.